Hello and welcome to the 18 WJTS News for Thursday, May 15th, 2025. Thank you so much for choosing us for your local news coverage this evening. I'm Kaitlyn Neukam reporting. On Tuesday, May 13th, Master Trooper Josh Livingston took a trespassing complaint from a resident in Orange County. The homeowner provided photographs from a home video camera. Through an investigation, Master Trooper Timothy Weisenberger identified the subject as 49-year-old James Kendall of Paoli, Indiana, in the vehicle he was driving. A short time later, Sergeant Michael Allen and Trooper Blake Leary located the vehicle and made a traffic stop for an infraction. Officers spoke to the driver, who was identified as Kendall. During a BMV check, the return showed Kendall had an active warrant for a parole violation through Indiana, and his driver's license was suspended. During a search of the vehicle, suspected marijuana was located. Kendall was arrested and transported to the Orange County Jail, where he is being held on bond. James Kendall was arrested and charged with parole violation for battery, a level 6 felony, driving while suspended prior, a Class A misdemeanor, and possession of marijuana, a Class B misdemeanor. A rally took place at the DuBois County Courthouse yesterday as residents from around the county came to share their support for the landowners being sued by the Indiana Department of Transportation. Individuals of all ages, even those younger than 16 years old, could be seen from the courthouse lawn displaying various signs opposing the Mid-States Corridor project. INDOT filed legal action seeking access to private property for environmental assessments related to the Mid-States Corridor project, with surveyors being denied entry to dozens of properties despite multiple attempts at communication. Landowners represented in court yesterday argued the state did not properly follow legal procedures and failed to provide adequate notice about the surveys. The rally was a way to stand in solidarity with landowners, but was also a way for members of the Stop the Mid-States Corridor project and the Property Rights Alliance to show the strength in numbers. Mark Notarski, longtime member of the Stop the Mid-States Corridor project, shares the continuing drive for Southern Indiana community members to fight against this project.
I don't think they really anticipated this much resistance, and you have farmers that are Hoosier Homestead Farms that are right in the middle of the path. That home, they'll be taken away. You have other people, it's just their livelihood. It's all for the sake, really, for the cost of it. It's all for the, benefit of a few businesses and stuff. It really doesn't have a positive impact. We've always said this. We said, if they could come back and they say, and they could prove that this is good for the entire community, then we might take a different look at it.
The landowners were seen in court yesterday by DuBois County Circuit Court Judge Nathan Verkamp, with Judge Verkamp commencing the session with the reminder that the lawsuit being heard yesterday was not for the Mid-States Corridor project in its entirety, but only for the Environmental Impact Study Tier 2 and the state-issued process INDOT is seeking to complete. Some may not see the purpose in fighting this state-driven project. However, Dave Ring, a landowner listed in this lawsuit and a member of the Property Rights Alliance, wants community members to consider the following.
Well, it's definitely not a done deal, but the reason we keep going is because the road really isn't needed. There's a Lockmiller group put out a purpose and need report, and that shows there's very minimal need for this particular road, and it's going to damage, myself being selfish, it's going to damage a big part of our farm, but there's a lot of other people are going to lose farms and homes. Homes is a big issue. It's going to take a huge number of homes in this county.
For those thinking the Mid-States Corridor project won't affect them in their daily lives, there's other factors to consider with a project of this scale.
Two main things. One is this road will cut off a lot of county roads, so access by ambulance, fire truck, or even getting anywhere will really cause them a problem. Secondly, property taxes are going to go up tremendously when they take this much farmland out of production. The homes are bad enough, but some of those homes will be replaced or rebuilt. But the farmland, once it's gone, it's gone. So there's a big loss in property taxes. So the people that think they're not affected by it, their property taxes are going to go up.
Judge Verkamp heard from both sides in this initial hearing and will inform the landowners and INDOT of his ruling in the coming days. The Jasper Chamber of Commerce hosted another edition of Coffee and Conversation with Jasper Mayor Dean Vonderheide earlier this morning at the CTIM Theater at the Vincennes University Jasper campus. Mayor Vonderheide addressed attendees for about an hour, welcoming questions and comments from the audience on a wide range of topics. Among the highlights was the announcement that the new city pool is scheduled to open next weekend. The mayor expressed satisfaction with the progress, noting that demolition of the old pool began only a year and a half ago. He also discussed the presence of heavy equipment on Jasper's north side, specifically in the area between 36th Street and St. Charles, where construction is set to begin on a new electric grid substation. Vonderheide emphasized the project's importance, explaining that if the current substation on Mill Street were to fail, the consequences would be catastrophic for the city. An update was also provided on the backup water supply project, which is nearly complete with only minor fine-tuning remaining. The mayor highlighted how much both residents and visitors appreciate the Parklands area, sharing that people frequently stop him during walks with his dog to express their admiration. Additional park improvements are also being explored, including a proposal to transform the former Alvin Ruxer golf course into an archery range. Mayor Vonderheide addressed water quality concerns on Jasper's north side, referring to earlier reports of sediment in the water. While he reaffirmed that the water remains safe to drink, he admitted he personally wouldn't drink it due to its appearance, a sentiment that helped motivate the administration to prioritize resolving this issue. Other key topics included early stage budget planning for 2026 with a focus on cost cutting and increasing city revenue. The mayor noted that Jasper has just over $2 million in its rainy day fund, which the city hopes to avoid using unless absolutely necessary. The Regional Wellness Center was another subject of discussion, while rising costs and recent changes related to Senate Bill 1 have impacted their plans. Vonderheide assured attendees that the city still intends to move forward with the project. Though it may differ from the original vision, he said it will still be a valuable and impressive facility for the region. One of the central themes of the conversation was infrastructure. Mayor Vonderheide emphasized the city's ongoing efforts to improve infrastructure and the importance of keeping Jasper growing and moving forward. Speaking of the city of Jasper, Jasper City Hall, the street department, and all utilities administrative offices will be closed on Monday, May 26th in observance of Memorial Day. In addition, the Jasper Street Department and Resource Recovery site will be closed on Saturday, May 24th. Residents with trash and scheduled recycling pickup normally set for Monday will have their collections moved to Tuesday, May 27th. Collections for the remainder of the week will follow the regular schedule. All items should be in place at the curbside by 7 a.m. Eastern. The Freedom Reigns Therapeutic Riding Center is now welcoming volunteers for 2025. Freedom Reigns Therapeutic Riding Center is a non-for-profit organization with a mission to improve the bodies, minds, and spirits of children and adults with disabilities through the use of therapeutic horsemanship. Volunteers are noted to be a key part of Freedom Reigns, as most of the riders would not be able to participate without the physical and emotional support of the volunteers. Those wishing to volunteer are asked to contribute about 90 minutes each week for the evening session of their choice. Volunteers will assist the certified riding instructors to ensure directions are being carried out to the best of their ability. Prior to starting as a volunteer, the instructors give training on the grooming and saddling techniques. The primary role of the horse leader and sidewalk are a tour of the Freedom Reigns facility, skills demonstration for mounting and dismounting riders at the ramp and in the arena, and interacting with riders and supporting them. If you have any interest in or have any questions about being a Freedom Reigns volunteer, you can contact the volunteer coordinator, Barb Wendell, at 1-574-780-1807. Attorney General Todd Rokita has announced in collaboration with Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith a second edition publication titled The Church's Bill of Rights. The publication provides guidance to Hoosiers about the rights and protections afforded to churches and other houses of worship under state and federal laws. This document is written in a question and answer format and covers topics such as the extent to which churches may participate in elections and politics, churches' tax-exempt status, freedom of worship, protections for church governance and autonomy, and more. The document is an update to the September 2024 guidance Attorney General Rokita's office sent to religious leaders and churches across the state on how to participate in election-related activities and engage on important matters of public policy in ways consistent with their tax-exempt status. To read the Church's Bill of Rights, you can visit our website. And the 5th annual RWB Music Fest presented by Shoe Sensation is set for Saturday, August 23rd of this year at the historic League Stadium in Huntingburg. The event features country legends John Michael Montgomery and Randy Houser as co-headliners, with additional performances by Tyler Farr, Little Texas, and Indiana native Cody Eichert and the Sidewinders. John Michael Montgomery's farewell tour will bring hits like I Swear and Life's a Dance, with 15 #1 singles, multiple awards from the AMCs, CMAs, and Billboard, plus 2 Grammy nominations. His career has left an indelible mark on country music. Randy Houser, known for hits like How Country Feels and Runnin' Out of Moonlight, will join as co-headliner, adding a fresh modern sound to the festival. Tickets are currently on sale at rwbmusicfest.com. Proceeds from the event support veterans and children in the tri-state area through Rally Point Events, a local 501c3 nonprofit. For more information, you can again visit our website. And that wraps your Thursday news here on 18 WJTS. Your weather forecast is up next.